Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode 2. So welcome to an updated video on how to farm prestige tickets. Since prestige tickets were introduced into the game, a lot of updates and minor updates have occurred, and now I believe that there is a more efficient way to farm and to get prestige tickets rather than the usual custom map selling. And that's why I made this video. So prestige tickets can only be used for the prestige research. That is a very tiny part of research that you also have on normal. That is this one right here on the left. All these upgrades are gonna be one-time purchases, and then the last ones can actually be upgraded up to level 10 for quest prizes, green paper bonus, and loot rarity. On Endless, it becomes much more important because of the fact that you also have low frequency and you can upgrade it up to level 100. So that's 1000% more loot frequency and loot rarity, plus of course more green paper bonus. That it's these two things right here, plus bit dust drop rate, are the three most important research for Endless, because they're gonna just increase so much the amount of bit dust that you get from every time you play on 6.3, that you're going to be able to progress through and to get all the other research much more quickly. And yeah, so prestige tickets can only be used in this bottom left, the research, only here. Now, in my opinion, I'm going to just say this beforehand. To be able to reach level 100 for both loot frequency and loot rarity, I recommend you to not only use prestige tickets, but also to use research tickets. So these red tickets right here that are gonna allow you to get one level for free, so you're not gonna even need prestige tickets. And these tickets can be obtained through the lucky wheel, and I also made a video about that, so you can check that out. And yeah, so using research tickets and prestige tickets, you can reach more easily and faster level 100 on loot frequency, loot rarity, and you can then start progressing through Endless much more easily. Now, there are three main ways how you can obtain these prestige tickets. One is selling custom maps, second one reselling quests, and the third one is actually crafting them, because you can craft them. Now, we all know already after a little bit of time that using reselling quests as a way to farm prestige tickets is very bad, because there are a ton of quests and you only get prestige tickets depending on the percentage on the total that you complete, and the amount you get is very few, because like 400, I can guarantee you 400 is very low in terms of amount of prestige tickets. So reselling quests is just something else that you can do, but it's very slow, it's not efficient. The second way is custom maps, and now this is actually the main way that people use to gain prestige tickets, because you just very simply need to build a very gigantic map like this one, where you place a ton of items that have very high value, this one right here, so your map total cost is very high. And you try to place as many of these things as possible. You can place teleports, you can place barriers, you can place as many things as you seem fit. Then you have to get a base, at least one portal, to reach the minimum amount of 500% difficulty, so that you can gain the bonuses. And then you play the custom map. And if you can satisfy the score, you can then actually sell the custom map, as I'm gonna just show you right here, for a certain price. And this price depends on the map price, all the bonuses that you had, plus how much score you gain depending on the total score that was needed. So in this case, you can see I got 730. Of course, normally you want to play so that you can satisfy completely the score, so you get 100% right here, so you can gain up to 3 times the amount of prestige tickets depending on the map price. But now, what is the downside of all this process? Is that, first of all, you need a lot of items to place and to sell. And if you start placing items that are do not have such a high value, you're gonna be able to sell the custom map for very few prestige tickets. So at the end of the day, you're gonna be not gaining much. And then another thing is that you do need a lot of time, because you need time to place all these things. You need time to select the base, to select a pretty decent base, to select a pretty decent portal, to play out the map, and then to sell it. So all this process in getting prestige tickets like this takes a lot of time. Now the third way to get prestige tickets is what I believe is the fastest, not the most efficient, because selling custom maps is still the most efficient way to get prestige tickets, but I believe that the best one, considering also time and how much time it takes to get these prestige tickets, is through prestige dust. So through this crafting process that has been added in one of the minor updates after 1.8, the big update to the game. And now you can see that you can craft one prestige ticket for every 1,000, roughly, for every 1,000 prestige dust that you get. You're gonna also need green papers, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now, how can this prestige dust be obtained? It's very simple. Rather than placing the items in the custom map for a certain value and then selling it afterwards, you sell the items right away. So you can see right here, if I select all these platforms, I'm gaining a certain amount of prestige dust. In this case, it's 452,000. Now the value that you get from selling things directly rather than placing them on the custom map is only 25%. So you are losing 75% of the value of prestige tickets. So remember that, and that's why this is not the most efficient way. You're still gonna earn a lot more if you, instead of than selling these things for prestige dust, you just place them on custom maps. You would get a lot more of prestige tickets. But how much time it would take, right? To place 659 power platforms on a custom map, then playing it, selling it, then placing 665, then, so just try to imagine how many times you would need to create a custom map and to sell it to be able to obtain the maximum amount of prestige tickets. Instead, if you just select all of them and you sell them, you can turn this into prestige dust, and yes, you're gonna be only gaining around let's see right here, 452,000 was the value. So let's see how much that would be in terms of prestige tickets. Yeah, it would be around 419 tickets. So a lot less, right, than what you would earn through the custom maps. But it's instantaneous, because you click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, you sell, you go right here, boom, boom, you select as many as you want, and then you click OK. So the process takes very little time, and therefore, in my opinion, this now, so selling your map editor items, so anything, platforms, roads, sources, like everything that can be placed in custom maps can be sold for prestige dust, right? As you can see right here, everything. And now it's much faster to click, select, sell, and then you go right here and you craft. I don't really think the fact that you need green peppers also to craft prestige tickets is such a bad thing, because as you're playing on endless, right, as you're farming up 6.3 or as you're farming up your custom map, you're already gaining a ton of these green papers that eventually you're gonna start stacking them up, because you're not gonna be able to use them, because you're gonna need bidders, you're gonna need other resources to be able to complete your research. So you're gonna start stacking up green papers. So rather than having them right there wasted, that you don't use them, just use them to craft these prestige tickets, right? And now the cool thing about this whole process is that you can actually sell directly the tiles that you get from looting or from completing the daily quests. See here, for example, this is a tile legendary, quality 90 over 100, and I can just sell it right away. I can sell all 18 of these tiles, even if I don't know which is going to be inside, so I haven't even opened them. But because of the quality, I can sell them for a certain cost. In this case, for example, higher quality means higher cost, so I can gain more prestige dust, or lower quality means also less prestige dust. So that's pretty much how it works. And the cool thing is that if you're actually farming level 6.3, you should be already able to gain like around 100, 150, maybe more of these tiles, depending on the amount of research you have and which is the difficulty you're playing on, and all that stuff. But you should be already able to, you know, gain every game at least like 100 tiles. So remember, selling 100 tiles for a mean cost of 170, right? That's 17,000 prestige dust that you get from every game. So every game on 6.3 that you do is 17.1 thousand prestige dust, and therefore that means that you are gaining 17 prestige tickets every time you are completing 6.3. And this is just assuming that you are only gaining 100 of these tiles. If you are earning 200, 300 or more, you will be gaining even more of this prestige dust. And therefore, that's the cool thing about farming prestige tickets through this method, through crafting, because of the fact that you do two things at once. As you are farming 6.3 to gain bit dust, to gain green peppers, to gain resources overall, to increase and to improve your research, you're also farming indirectly these tiles that then you can sell right away for prestige dust, and then you can craft for prestige tickets. And so you're doing two things at once, and that is going to allow you to progress through research, especially these last two upgrades are here, as I showed you before, much faster. So that's, in my opinion, after playing out the game for a while, I think that this now is the most efficient, actually is the best way to farm prestige tickets. It's not the most efficient one, because remember that if you sell custom maps, you're getting 100% value from every item. If you're selling them right away, you're only getting 25% value. So you're losing a lot of value, but it's instantaneous. You don't lose any time. You don't need to create a map, to sell it, to play it, and whatever, but you can just sell the items right away. So yeah, that's just the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you. Bye bye.